Grand Rising. Welcome. Just an FYI, Sandy may pop in shortly.
You need to come closer, boo. Okay, hold on. Come on. Hey, Matt.
Hey, we're live right now.
We are live right now. Say hi, Queen. Hello. So hold on.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta get you on camera. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Yep. So you're
All
live.
right, everybody. Well, welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. Sandy is down here in Hollywood Beach, Florida, and we are at an investor conference for plant medicine enthusiasts. And I have these lovely ladies that I just scooped up because we were all enjoying the sunshine. Do you want to say who you are and what you do?
I'm Jasmine here.
Oh wait, I think you actually have to put these on. Sorry,
Squeeze my head.
Okay.
I can't hear right now.
Cannabis photographer. I don't think you can hear.
No, now
Give it a sec.
now I can hear you.
Now you can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Jasmine Tia. I'm the Smoky Cannon on Instagram. I'm a cannabis photographer.
I can't hear again. There we go.
Hello. Hi, I'm Delana Fagaro, former budtender turned CEO of my own dispensary called Commercial Cannabis, the first legal source from a West Indian background.
Nice.
Yes, focusing on women and PCO brands.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ha. Yeah, Matt. I just wanted to illuminate that people in the cannabis. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep. You're good.
Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. Come on, headphones. Hold on.
I can't hear you.
Hello. I hear you now. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that women who are supporting plant medicine are very interested in other modalities for healing, like breathing, because breath is medicine. And I'm here to tell you that your plant medicine is going to work better when you breathe, when you move your body, when you understand a little bit more about how plant medicine up levels your endocannabinoid system. There's actually other ways that you can do it, and breath work is a fabulous way to calm the nervous system right now.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is I'm going to let the people just kind of get a view of the beach, and I'm going to, set up. But how are you guys doing today over in Boston?
Good. Beautiful day. Sunny and almost 70 eventually.
Nice, nice. Well, it's obviously unbelievably gorgeous here, and I'm so lucky. And I want to thank all of our supporters for your donations, because it's your donations that allow me the freedom to come to these conferences to continue to learn about how the future. So thank you. We're here to, support all of these beautiful healers, and it's amazing. But Matt, I'm going to set up and let you take it away, and we're going to talk about breathwork.
All right, I'm going to invite everyone to find something.
Here, I'm going to get it off there.
If you want to maybe turn off your sound, Sandy, or mute it, and you can give us a view of the ocean if you want. Can you do the ocean? There you go. Maybe down a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Up a little bit. Right. So, I'm just going to invite everyone at this time to just find a comfortable position, either sitting down or laying down. Just inviting in some movement with the body, adjusting, and listening to your body for a moment, and how it actually needs to move for a moment. And this invitation to listen to the body, what does that mean? It's like trying to tune in to the world inside of us, and just feeling what it needs, because maybe it needs a little bit of movement, as we adjust and kind of settle in. So you can just lay down, or you can sit if you want. And we're just literally getting started. So. Do you prefer to sit, or?
I lay down.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I had that all set up for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So an invitation, just as we're settling into our space, to just, again, to invite in the movement and just allowing for the body to settle. Maybe feeling the ground that you lay upon, or the sand, or where you're sitting, and just allowing for awareness to the contact points of the ground, the chair, the beach, with with your body and where it's making contact. And so sometimes when we bring awareness to the feeling of the clothes touching the skin, where you lay your hands, the ground, a breeze, or any other sounds, just bringing that awareness into how it feels on the body, and maybe even a little bit deeper how it feels within the body. Some of us may just be feeling it on the surface. Some of us might explore a little bit deeper into the muscles, or into the heart centers, or a little bit deeper into the body, depending on where you're at today. By bringing this awareness to our body with contact points, it may allow for a quieting of the mind a little bit, because we're trying to tune into how our environment feels. And if we enjoy multitasking, we can add in, like, how is your breathing right now? How are you breathing? And just tune into, like, how is it that you're breathing? Are you using the mouth, the nose, a combination, maybe just your nose? And just tune into everything just for a moment. And just allowing for the sound to be a part of this tuning in, breathing the sound, the frequency, maybe have it be a part of the breath. Maybe permissioning the sound and the contact points to soften the body. To maybe bring a little bit of relaxation, letting go of energies from today or from this week. And so, our breath and breathing, there's so many different types of breaths out there, and there's basically two kinds. If we're doing breath work, we're doing an activating breath, which We might play a little bit with one today, but an activating breath that has to be more than 8 minutes. And an activating breath and breath work, if you're new to it, this is going to actually activate your body into that stress, fight, or flight mode. And this is why you want to do it with an instructor or facilitator. It's because we're bringing or using this energy to help transform any discomforts within your own system. Because a discomfort, a trauma, or anything that we're trying to, say, leave behind, that's maybe no longer a part of us, or we wish it not to be. And so it can be a difficult energy, and a part of it is understanding that energy sometimes. Another type of breathing is just bringing relaxation to the body. So how do we do that? So I'll just invite in here for a moment, breathing in through the nose for the inhale, and exhaling through the mouth. And as you do this, you may explore a maybe a little bit shorter inhale with a longer exhale. Maybe seeing if you can feel the breath going into the stomach. And this may be new for a lot of us, because we usually breathe in the chest. And when we exhale longer, have a longer exhale, this helps to relax our system in the body. It's a way to relax. So just breathe in through the nose, into the stomach, and just begin feeling the breath and extending your exhale out through the mouth. Maybe almost even pushing the air out. How does the body want the air to leave? Do the cheeks puff out a little bit? Is it a relaxed exhale? Are you adding a little bit of sound? Sometimes we might need a little sound. And maybe just taking notice of how that extended exhale might relax you. How might you use this in your real life in moments? Well, maybe if you're a little bit nervous or anxious and you're entering a situation with other humans, if you're listening to people or not speaking, you can just do this breath and have consciousness, awareness to doing this, and no one's going to even know what you're doing. And you're just settling and calming your system down. Maybe if we're meeting new people, like out in Florida, maybe taking a breath like this before we even engage or encounter a conversation with someone new, and just letting the system settle for a moment. A part of the trick is having awareness of our breathing to help just relax the system for a moment. So by having awareness doesn't mean that we're not paying attention to what's going on around us. Because sometimes we don't have time like this to sit and to relax. And so we may have to use the breath just for one breath. If we have a couple minutes, then we can do something like this. Now, what if you're wearing down, or maybe you need some energy and you can't get your hands on any coffee. What kind of breath do we do for that? So we reverse it. We're going to extend the inhale and bring in more oxygen. And we're going to shorten the exhale. And I just invite that in for a few breaths. Just breathing into the... And with this one, you can just do nose breathing if you desire, or exhaling on the mouth. Whatever feels correct for you. So making the, maybe a 4 or 5 count in for the inhale, maybe 2 or 3 for the out. Feels a little weird to shorten your exhale. So we'll just do this for about half a minute or so. And now just returning, letting the breath go. Breathing however the body's asking to be breathed. And then I invite you here to take notice of the body again. Tuning into the body, and does it maybe feel a little bit more alive? It could be a little bit more energy in our system. It could also be maybe our cells feel more alive. Like, meditation for me helps to bring more liveliness. It doesn't really put me to sleep. In the beginning, it used to put me to sleep, and I think that was because I actually needed the sleep after so many years of not really resting properly. And so wherever you're at in the stage, allowing for you to go through what you're going through, and permission yourself to either sleep or to become more alive, or whatever is coming true through your system. And when we learn to bring in vocabulary with what we're going through, and being beautiful and positive, like with words like permissioning myself to feel this, whatever it may be. I permission myself to take a break today. I permission myself to go sit in the sun and just smile into the sun. And so these are 2 breaths, one to help with relaxation, one to help with a little bit of energy. And there's other ways of doing this as well, too. In a moment with the activating breath. Now, people who have experienced breath work may have experienced like the tightening of the body, how it might claw up or tense up. And with activating breath work, what's important to understand here is you're depleting the body of oxygen and increasing CO2 in the body. And this is what's creating that uncomfortable energy, that tightening, the stress. And part of being a facilitator, the job is to help the person work through whatever energy that they're working through. Like on my end, I don't always need to know someone's story. It doesn't need to be shared with me. I just need to know where your energy sits and how it feels to help you adjust and work through the energy. So I'm going to do a quick example of a activating breath. We're only going to do it for like 2 minutes. So this will be not activating. And so we're just going to do mouth breathing. So we're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. It's going to be like a quick, gulp of air for the inhale, with just like a little bit longer exhale than the inhale, but not too long. So it's kind of like, and then we want to create what we call circular breathing. And circular breathing meaning that there's no pause in between the exhale and inhale. So it sounds and looks something like this. I don't do it very loud. Some people do it really much louder than I do. But just to circulate the breath through the mouth, kind of filling the stomach, and just feeling into that for a moment. This is called a conscious connected breath. Not as common as some of the other ones, but I love it. I feel like it's a little bit more an easier practice for a lot of people. And so I just invite you just to bring awareness to this breath, breathing through the mouth only. If we were doing this breath for like more than 8 minutes, there would be contraindications. Like if someone has glaucoma or is pregnant or certain things like that, we may not advise you to do the breath, but just for a minute or two is okay. And just to feel into that breath for a moment. And again, permission yourself to lose the breath, to make mistakes. It's all good. It's all how we learn. And now maybe just releasing the breath and just falling into a normal breath. And just feeling how this feels in your body. Just invite in, maybe seeing if you can define, using words within your mind, how does your body feel? And just an invitation here to talk to yourself for a moment. And to open the doorway or the pathway of learning to feel. And maybe describe how you feel to yourself. And now just dropping into a regular breath for a moment. Maybe just letting everything go. Maybe just tuning into yourself for a moment and checking in with how are you feeling. We're so connected to the outside world around us with our phones, with just everything, right? And so just taking time like this and learning, exploring, permissioning ourselves to actually just be with ourselves. And maybe learning to feel a little bit. And so one of my favorite things, if you're a regular here, you're familiar with this, but I'm just going to invite in that you rise up the corner of your lips into whatever kind of smile that you prefer. And just breathe in any way that's coming natural for you. and to breathe into how the smile feels. Maybe just starting with how it feels around the lips or with inside the mouth. So just breathing into the sensations and the feeling of a smile. We could allow for an expansion of this energy into the cheekbones, up to the eyes, down to the heart, down to your toes, to the top of your head, the whole body. You can allow for it to grow and expand in your own way. We're just taking a moment here and just feeling that, because maybe if it's just a tough day, we can learn to breathe into a smile a little bit more often. A lot of times with this work, we're like, time to do child work, time to look at your traumas, time to look at this. And you've heard me say this before, but sometimes it's nice just to start with, hey, how does it feel to actually just feel good for a moment and discover that? Because we can use this energy as well to meet the more difficult or uncomfortable ones. Now just breathing in any way that is good for you right now. Nose breathing just is the breath that we should use in our walking life for the most part, breathing in and out through the nose. So, as Sandy was going to the airport yesterday, she was like saying how she couldn't breathe and the allergies, and this is allergy season with life coming back and flowers are starting to pop here for the first time and color is arising. And so nose breathing being healthy, but you may also find it difficult to breathe through the nose because maybe allergies are arising. So I used to also have really bad allergies. I used to get shots every week as a kid, and all this stuff went on for years. I haven't used any medication now in probably 15 years. And one of the things that I do just to help people out or to offer something to you is if you pitch your nose shut with your fingers and just try and inhale using only your nose like 6 times, and just like, and obviously you can't breathe at all, but you're trying to breathe through the nose. And actually what that does is it just activates the system into thinking that this system has shut down and it's not functioning, and it sends like all these, it's a chemical response to that area to help relieve it. And so it can help if you have that, just to mention it. Instead of using sprayers or medicines, it works quite well. And as life is coming back, I'm just going to ask you to breathe in any way that fits you here for a moment. And the invitation here is to bring an image to your mind of either walking somewhere where you're seeing life come sprouting up. The trees beginning to flower, maybe gardens starting to pop, maybe noticing the buds on the leaves starting to come out a little bit. And wherever you're walking, maybe it's a place in your neighborhood, a forest near you, something that you're familiar with. And just bring your mind. And what I invite you to feel in your body is lifting the head up nice and tall and making yourself as tall as you can. Bringing the shoulders back and opening up the heart space. And just imagine yourself standing tall, being rooted and grounded to the earth. And really taking notice of life and how beautiful it may be. How much beauty can you discover today, tomorrow? Maybe you're just looking through the trees and see the blue sky and the white clouds passing through. Maybe taking notice of butterflies at this time flying around. And just looking at life as it reemerges from this winter. Particularly in the Northeast right now, it's really starting to come out for the first time. And we can do this in so many different places. We can do it while we're driving, while we're stopped at a red light. Just take notice of what's beautiful here. Maybe just giving ourselves a break from life and what's going on, and helping to discover just what's more present right now. Can you take notice of how many people you see smiling? And seek that out. Maybe bringing in not only sight, but smell. And the invitation as we go through the spring is to bring it into your system, the sights, the smells. And how does it make you feel? Does it make you smile? Does it make you feel good? Does it lighten up your mood to take notice of the subtle beauties, beautiful things around you? Inviting in a breath through the nose, out through the mouth for a moment, and tuning into being conscious and aware of how you're breathing. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing into the stomach, keeping that awareness. Now I'm going to invite in that we do a second inhale. So it's going to be 2 inhales. So we're going to breathe into the stomach. And then your second inhale, we're just going to breathe a little bit stronger up into the chest and open up your heart space a little bit more. Maybe drawing the shoulders back again. And imagining yourself standing in your power. Standing up tall. So breathing into the stomach, and then a second inhale into the chest. And then exhaling through the mouth. So So part of it, like if we're new to breathing, is, in the beginning we may think about it. And then the second stage to breathing and bringing in more conscious awareness to your breath is feeling into it. Like how does it feel without using words to breathe? Like to really feel the whole breath, to experience the breath maybe a little bit deeper within your system. So just tuning into that in whatever way works for you right now. Enjoying the subtle quietness. Keeping it simple with the instruments today. Just breathing any way that feels correct for you. Maybe even speaking to the breath for a moment and just saying hello to it. Maybe it's something that you've never brought your awareness to, what your body does every day, all day long, 24 hours a day. Maybe this could even be a relationship that we build. So much of the time we worry about relationships around us, but we forget about the relationship of our own system and what's going on, not just with ourselves. A part of who we are is that awareness of the breath, a relationship with that, an awareness to our nervous system, and feeling the rising of beautiful moments of stress, of seeing something beautiful, feeling the rising energy of looking to your right and seeing someone smiling at you for no reason. And just feel the rising of that energy. To me, this is like a big piece of developing that self-relationship and understanding the breath, the nervous system. How do I feel? I used to be that type of person where I would snap from A to B, and it would be on the extreme end of it, and there was nothing in between. And so now the process is slowed down, and I can actually really feel and know where that feeling is generated from. Maybe it's from the heart or from the throat, the stomach, wherever it is. But I can feel that rising, and feeling that rising is really beautiful. When I can feel that with beauty, then with the more difficult, challenging energies of maybe habits that you're trying to leave behind or what have you, then we can start to discover that rising of that feeling. And then at that point, we can energetically change whatever it is that we're trying to change. And at this point, I'm just going to invite everyone to bring awareness back to your contact points with the ground, the chair, the space around you. Just slowly kind of bringing yourself back. Maybe just honoring your system and thanking it for this little journey. Maybe knowing that you're coming back to a safe environment wherever you may be. Maybe allowing for any movement of the body or wiggles or shifting and kind of like reawakening. Moving energy. When we have like energy like in areas or things of discomfort, maybe bringing in more movement or wiggling or shaking can really help stuck energy shift a little bit. And in your own time, opening your eyes, reacquainting yourself with your space. And I know Sandy was in Florida at the beginning, so tomorrow night I'll be having the sound breathing and sound healing. It's starting at 7:30. Doors open at 7. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, Anna will be here for her time with the yoga. I think Friday night group is going to be really beautiful. We have a woman coming in. I'm not too sure who it is, but just talking about water. And you can actually bring your town water in, like in a bottle. And I think she's going to be able to test it for you here. And I believe that Sandy is also considering for members getting a water filtration system. So we're going to be doing that Friday night. I think that's because even like using whatever, like if you're making coffee at home, like what water you're even using for that is important. Not to be probably using your tap water. And Saturday is going to be a fundraiser, so I'm not exactly sure of everything that's going on Saturday, but there'll be a DJ here for 420 from 12 to 3. And then I believe there's actually a live band coming in at 4, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer day where you can come in. I'm not too sure how late it goes. If it's a live band, I'm going to guess probably a little bit. But we're asking for a $20 donation. And Saturdays, we don't usually get into that, but we do have a lot of stuff going on with GNP and with the People's Congregation Shakers and Movers, why Sandy's out in Florida. And so, so this will be a fundraiser for 420. And again, thank you for showing up today. Please feel free to reach out to me here at any time if you have any questions or want to explore stuff a little bit differently. I am actually opening up an office space right next to Stan's with the jacuzzi and Kathleen with the herbs, and so there'll be more of a private space for one-on-one work, either sound healing, somatic work, or breath work. Other than that, have a beautiful week, and we will see you all next week. Bye.